Imagine a world with no stars. An endless existence, trapped underneath a mountain because of a war your ancestors fought and lost. And also monsters with cell phones. Folks, video games are the newest form of storytelling, and if there's anything stories can do, it is teach us things. My name is Lola, this is Literary Gaming, and today we're talking about Undertale. Now, if you don't know what Undertale is, in 2015, you probably lived under a rock. It was named Best PC Game of the Year by IGN, as well as Best Game Ever in Game FAQ's 2015 fan poll. Think about that. It won Best Game Ever the year it was released. And here's the thing, it won those awards for good reason. It takes traditional RPG tropes and turns them upside down. It plays with game mechanics and storytelling techniques, and it immerses the player in a well-built and quirky fantasy world. At the heart of it all, it's good storytelling that gave us something to think about. So here are the top 5 thematic messages for Undertale. Number 5, everyone is responsible for their own choices. In a video game with both a pacifist and a genocide route, of course there are going to be messages about choices. I have 2 of them in this video alone, but the first one is that everyone is responsible for the choices they make. There are a couple of NPCs who help sell this message. Sans chooses to spare you at the beginning of the game regardless of which route you've chosen to take, and Alphys bears the guilt of the scientific experiments she's performed. But this is a choice-based video game. Your choices as the player matter the most, and you choose to pursue the pacifist, genocide, or neutral route in the tutorial level. And after you've made that decision, you are locked out of the ruins and cannot change it. Even if you reset your game, the NPCs are coded to remember that you've played the game before. They will recognize you, and you will be forced to remember the choices you made in the past. Why did you do it? Why? Make good choices. Number 4, choices make us who we are. I told you I had 2 of these. Now, I could make an entire video about the choices that Toriel, Azrael, and Asgore make after the death of Kara, but there's an even more poignant and way creepier way of explaining this message. There is a theory that when an RPG allows you to name your character, what you are actually doing is calling a soul into a body in order to destroy the natives of that universe, which makes MMORPGs way more terrifying. World of Warcraft is a universe of demonic serial killers. Undertale takes that theory to an extreme. At the beginning of the game, you are asked to name the fallen human. At the end of the game, you discover that you are not the fallen human. You're a child named Frisk who fell into the underground and was mistaken for the fallen human by their adopted brother's ghost spirit thing that's trapped in a flower. It makes more sense if you've played the game. By choosing not to kill anyone, you literally become an entirely different person. Alternatively, if you choose to take the genocide route, you become the fallen human, whose true name is Kara. Unless you're Jacksepticeye, in which case it's Sam.
Look how cute I am!
Number 3, assumptions are unreliable. The first assumption we run into in this game is the assumption that accompanies most RPGs. When a monster appears, you fight it. If you played the game using this assumption, you would most likely end up with a neutral or genocide run. However, the version with the most intensive storytelling is the pacifist run. By operating off an assumption, you miss the impact of most of the characters. There's also a stereotype that monsters bring up over and over again throughout the game. Humans have no regard for life. As the human, you can choose to embrace this stereotype. And kill everyone. But you can also choose to show compassion for others, even when it puts you at risk. The original assumption becomes unimportant. Human compassion is determined by human choice. And then, of course, there are all the assumptions about the Deltarune prophecy, which I cannot get into, because if I start, I will never stop. So how about I just leave you with the prophecy itself, and then you can tell me your assumptions about it in the comments below. The angel, the one who has seen the surface, they will return, and the underground will go empty. Number 2, the greatest power of all is determination. You thought I was gonna say love, didn't you? No, folks, we don't do things for love here. We do them out of spite. And in this game, spite literally subverts death. Each time you die in this game, you are sent back to your last save point, or the last place you were filled with determination. But determination isn't just some quirky way to distinguish save points from other games. It's established later that determination is an actual human trait, which makes them harder to fight than monsters. They have a stronger will to survive. In the pacifist run, it makes you nearly impossible to kill in the final boss battle. But determination is not an entirely human trait. See, determination is what makes Undyne the hero in the genocide route. When she should die, when she should turn to dust, as all other monsters do when they're defeated, her determination not to let you hurt the ones she loves makes her Undyne the Undying. Number 1, compassion is more fulfilling than malice. You had to know this was coming. The game has a genocide and a pacifist run. You could probably figure this one out for yourself, but to be honest, I have way too much fun explaining this. So let's start with the genocide route, because I'm a sadistic jerk who likes to feel emotions that make me hurt. The genocide route is specifically designed to be monotonous. In order to complete the genocide route, you have to kill literally everyone. At one point, in order to advance the level, you have to kill 40 monsters who appear at random intervals. Each time you save, you receive a countdown of how many more people you have left to kill. And after you succeed, there's no more quirky, filled with determination save titles. You get only determination. And after you've killed everyone, the game will stop you at regular intervals just to remind you that everyone is dead. But no one came. In other words, you're alone forever, and it's your own fault. Even the boss battles are designed differently than a traditional RPG. If a boss battle is too hard, the player will get frustrated and give up. If it's too easy, they'll get bored. The majority of the boss battles in the genocide run are extremely easy, one-hit kills. There's no challenge in the boss fight. However, the boss battles against Undyne and Sans are incredibly difficult. You may have noticed that I've only been showing clips from the first half of the genocide run. That's because I couldn't finish it. Undyne's battle was so hard, I nearly threw my computer at a wall. Deaths, which should be emotionally heart-wrenching, are completely masked by the relief that the battle is done. The genocide run is designed to mirror the emotionless state that Kara is in. Of course it's monotonous and desensitizing. Kara has no emotions, no compassion. Why should you? The pacifist run also takes a much longer time to complete than the genocide run, but it isn't monotonous. The characters have vibrant personalities, there are more side quests, you can build on relationships more. The plot is no longer a straightforward, escape the underground plot line. You can go on dates, you can help Papyrus get friends, you can help Alphys deal with her depression and confess her feelings for Undyne. You can even send a cat to college! I think she's a cat. I'm not exactly sure. And in the end, if you try to leave without all of the friends you've made throughout the story, you don't want to. You turn around to get them back, and at the final boss battle, they fight on your side to protect you. And honestly, which would you rather have? An empty world of nothing and no one, or a family of monsters? So those are the top 5 thematic messages of Undertale. If you disagreed with me, say so in the comments. I'll probably respond. No one will have these conversations with me in real life, and I need the validation. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to see more, click below to subscribe. I'll see you all later. Or maybe I won't. It'll be fine.